Tla'Amin Oshil Aktnan Tawich Tishosam Helk Homal Kutawa Ostkuk Baul Halkut Tausa Ninajuk at Aimo Helkolas at Stat Kach Kaimu Tawak Ukchenas Helga Achtios Dums Tachaimo No horses Gakolu Little Stoul Kuum Helga Tluhomap Ta Echams Kradko.
Upon taking over as artistic director, I went and sat down with our city's mayor, Dave Formosa, just to bounce some ideas off of him. He took that opportunity to bounce an idea off me, and he felt strongly about having a totem pole that would be awarded to the choir of the world at the International Choral Kathaumixw.
And I thought, gee, wouldn't it be cool if the first prize could be a totem pole? And I think Paul thought I meant, a nice little totem pole, and I went, no, I mean a full-size totem pole.
May that winning choir look upon it when they set it in their home, in their country, with the fondest memories of our love and respect.
The International Choral Kathaumixw Choir of the World prize goes to the St. Stanislav. The more I work with the International Kathaumixw and the more I learn about the history of it, it just reaffirms for me that this festival could not happen any other place in Powell River. It's just such a unique spot. And I also believe that the festival could not exist without our Tla'Amin First Nation culture. We have such a wonderful marriage and joint ownership in our festival and the bringing together of different peoples from around the world to our community.
My name is Clint Williams, Chief of the Tla'Amin First Nation. The Tla'amin people have lived in these lands since time immemorial and are very proud of the beautiful land that we live in, and very proud to be sharing our culture with the world and the people of Slovenia.
Totem poles, they're carved all throughout British Columbia, and it's a form of art to First Nations people, carvings of different animals that we highly value, and not just animals, but I suppose people too, because there's welcoming figures.
Totem poles are mostly generated along the coastline of BC. It all got lost. There's like a few generation gaps where no one did anything because the government told Indians basically back in the day that you're not allowed to practice some of your culture.
When the Catholic religion came into First Nations, basically the government authorized the burning of our carvings and our traditional cedar balers, cedar baskets, all forms of artwork, and even the tools.
We're just trying to bring it back now. The First Nations people in the community here are actually proud to be Tla'amin people again. For us, it's kind of a big deal to see it come back into our community, and the community's embracing it as well. It's like when they see something like this, a lot of people want to be part of it now. As were before, when we weren't allowed to do any of this stuff, people are kind of almost ashamed in some way to be a First Nations person, I think, because it was looked down upon. We got a lot of our rights taken away and stuff like that. So now it's not like that anymore, and the culture is coming back. I think just like producing poles like this is a good thing for ourselves and for our community as a whole.
Carving historically would have been just passed on through the family. Traditional carvers who carved would just share their knowledge and pass their teachings on.
Here it's red and yellow cedar. It just has good working properties to work with, right? Like it's a good medium to work with carving knives and stuff. So it's a nice wood to carve with.
The cedar trees used to be big and wide, and we made everything out of the cedar tree, like canoes, and it's the most special tree to First Nations, like along the coast, like because the cedar tree is just used for everything. its traditional name for us is called Tla'Amin, and that's what my daughter is named after, Cedar Tla'Amin. The cedar tree we use from the roots to the bark to the inner bark and the inner tree of the cedar tree, the boughs. It has a really spiritual significance to our people and a lot of people of First Nations along the coast.
It's a 6.5-foot pole, so it really only had room for like two figures. So the top figure is just basically an eagle with its wings spread out, and it has basically a crest on its chest, which is a sun, and below that is a beaver, and that is holding a stick just to symbolize that it's a beaver. So, and it has its 2 incisor teeth. The native name for here for eagle is kike, and the beaver, the native name is kolwit. And the reason why I chose a beaver was because if this goes to a different country outside Canada, I thought it could have like a kind of like a dual meaning. Like it could have like, it's a First Nations piece, and then also it's a national symbol of Canada. So the eagle, we just chose eagle because we basically liked it, right? And it's basically a big symbol of majestic, powerful type of bird for the First Nations that they hold in high regard. You can go to school and get academics and all that stuff, but there's also the traditional ways as well, in my opinion, is more important.
We're not going to hold our kids to saying you have to go to university. We're just hoping we can bring them up and teach them what we know and all the things we can pass on to them.
I would like to see them carry it on and become carvers.
And basket weaving.
Yeah.
I raise my hands to my nephew for bringing forward something from the past by carving this pole, which now goes to you.
First totem pole to arrive in Slovenia?
Yeah, I'm sure.
We were extraordinarily happy and honored to be the first choir awarded with the special award Choir of the World Totem Pole that will find an honorable place in our institution. And wonderful impressions and memories from the west coast of Canada will stay in our hearts forever.
Yay! We made it to Ljubliana. Hi, Claudia.
excited that we are the first choir in the world that won the totem pole, and thank you also our guests from Canada who spoke about country and about music.
It's wonderful for us to be here in Slovenia, such a beautiful city, Ljubliana, and it was great to come and visit the school today and have a good tour of what is happening here. And I know the emphasis is very strong in the field of music.
International choral music is the greatest. There's one great force in the world. That is it.
Thank you very much for having us here. I bring greetings from my city, our country, Canada, to you all here today. The welcoming that we've had from Damien, Simeon, and the group here has just been overwhelming.
When we decided this year to begin, in 2014, to begin awarding the choir of the world a totem pole, and this is the first totem pole that has ever been awarded to any choir in all of the world, I'm sure. It was our hope and our dream that it would go to a choir and a country that would really appreciate it.
I just want to thank you all for being such gracious hosts. It is such an honor and a pleasure to travel with this small delegation of great people from Powell RIver and the Tla'Amin Nation. It's such a beautiful thing, you sharing your songs with us, and a beautiful thing that we can travel to share this totem. Not too long ago in Tla'Amin history, we were not allowed to celebrate our culture. And so when we have this totem pole, it's an honor and it's a pleasure to see it celebrated. And we share some history with the Slovenian people, some pretty tough history in the past, but it's amazing to see the beautiful songs and the celebrations that you people carry on. And we're doing the same. It's a path to reconciliation, and very honored to be here with my JJ, Craig, and his family to provide a blessing to the totem pole here.
So, as Clint had mentioned, the cedar bough is very important to us. Not only for our livelihood, but for our spiritual well-being. When I brushed Craig off this evening, we're going to separate him from the work that he has done. All of his thoughts and energy has been to create the pole.
Traveling to Slovenia with the totem pole and the delegation of special people from Powell River, then being received with so much love, enthusiasm, and sheer joy was an experience that we'll never forget. Our time in Slovenia highlighted the true meaning of coming together through music, art, and culture. It just adds to the magic that is Kathaumixw.
Vse potekuje, da so prisluhnila tudi delegacija mesta Powell RIver in festivala Kathaumixw iz Kanade. So, Mr. Galligos, would you please join us on the stage?
Dearest ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to speak on behalf of the city of Powell River, traditional Tla'Amin Nation territory, home of the International Choral Kathaumixw. Every 2 years, choirs from around the globe come to our town to meet, share, and sing together as one. The stage is set, but it's the music that provides the platform for understanding, peace, and love among people. If only the world could see this evening's dedication to acceptance and collaboration. We will continue on, one voice at a time, one choir at a time, one gathering of different peoples.